Hello, me, Barbalicious. How are you guys doing? It's been a while since I posted a video, but I'm just trying to get back in the groove of things. So tonight I'm going to do chicken and waffles, deep fried. So I'm gonna do like an adult version of a waffle and then deep fry some chicken and do some potatoes with it. So I've got my waffle machine plugged in and heating up, and I've just got my stuff over here going. So I'm first gonna start with the waffle mixture. So I'm gonna cut the mixture in half because I don't want to do like a full thing, because to me it'll be too much for how many people are gonna be eating it. So I'm cutting it in half. So I've got a cup of flour in there. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of sugar. I'm gonna do baking soda and baking powder. I'm just gonna grab it because I don't have all the ingredients. I should have had it already, sorry. So I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Like I said, I'm cutting this in half, so this is only half the recipe. So 1 of those, a half of baking soda, some salt, just a little bit of salt, like so. And then I need milk and butter. So I'm gonna grab that here. And it says 6 tablespoons, so it'd be 3 tablespoons of melted butter, margarine, whatever you use. I use margarine, I don't use butter, so 2. And 3. There we go. So I'll put that in the microwave and melt it up. So I have been busy since the summer ended with working lots and lots and lots. So I'm just trying to get back into the groove of stuff. And Christmas season's coming, so I'm busy with catering now, starting up. So getting busy now. Okay, so now it calls for buttermilk. So I don't have any buttermilk, but you can easily make buttermilk. All you gotta do is add a bit of vinegar to it. And voila, you have buttermilk. So it calls for 1 cup of milk. So there's that. And add in a cup of milk, like so. And then I'll just add in like a teaspoon of vinegar. Voila, buttermilk. All it takes. Very, very easy. So I have my melted butter here. It's a good thing I'm well organized. I'm telling you, like, you know, God forbid if I wasn't. This wouldn't be very fun. I'm just gonna stir it up to get it all melted because there's still a little bit of a chunk in there. So there we go. Not very organized, I tell you. Not organized at all. So I'll put this back in another 10 seconds or so. Get rid of this stuff. Holy moly. I need space. Okay, now it asks for 2 eggs. So I got that here. I'll put that in there. There's 1. Butter now. Pour that in there. There's that. Kind of give it a bit of a mixture here. Now you can add vanilla to it if you want to sweeten it up. But like I said, I'm making an adult version of waffles. So this is your basic waffle mix right here. And all you're gonna do is you're just gonna combine it. You're not gonna sit here and, you know, stir on it for half an hour. It's once it's all, the flour's all disappeared and your eggs have all combined together, you're gonna stop. It might be a little lumpy, but that's okay, because that's how it gets fluffy. So, what I mean by an adult version of this is I'm gonna add broccoli and cheese to my waffle. So this you can add, like you can put bacon in here, you can put ham in here, you can put cheese in here, onions, whatever your little heart desires in it, you can. But I'm gonna try broccoli and cheese because I'm making chicken, right? So broccoli, cheese, and chicken, that kind of goes together. So that was kind of my reasoning for doing broccoli and cheese. So I am going to, so I put the cheddar cheese in there already. So I've got this chunk of broccoli. I'm just gonna chop it up really, really, really fine because it's going in the waffle, so you don't really want big chunks. You want it to be kind of fine, but you want to know that, ooh, that's broccoli in there, is it? So I'm just gonna cut it up like that. Put it in. Give it a mixy mix. Get rid of this thing. I did bring out a spoon. So that's that. So I just got it all mixed in there. It's my broccoli and cheese. I'm gonna set this aside and let it do its little magic thing that it does. And next I'm gonna work on my sauce, or my dipping stuff for my chicken. So I've got a couple of chicken breasts here that I'm going to get ready here. Got my cutting board just for chicken, a knife just for chicken. So now in this, here you're gonna do like a dry and wet. So I've got, this is gonna be my dry. This is gonna kind of be my wet one. So, it's because you gotta thicken it up a little bit. So I've got flour, and it wants 2 egg yolks in it. So I got this bowl here that I use for the milk. So you get rid of your egg whites. I have to make sure I was doing it right. So I'm gonna put my egg yolks in there. It wants 2 of those. And then you're gonna season it up. Oh, crappy day. That didn't work out very well because I broke the yolk. Boy, I'm out of practice and I suck. So I'm just gonna grab another egg yolk here. And another egg. Do this again because, my God, I'm not doing very good today. I'm out of practice. Okay, there's an egg yolk. Okay, so I got my 2 egg yolks in there, my flour. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper to it. And whatever other seasoning you want, because you want it to be seasoned to this. It says you can add, this here I've kind of just, I've also kind of cut it in half too. I'm not doing like the full thing because I only have 2 chicken breasts, so I don't think I need like a big batter for these 2 chicken breasts. And it calls for like a 1.5 cups of either water or beer, whatever you want, like any liquid you want to add to it. I'm just going to use water because I don't have any beer, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna add water. So I just added salt and pepper and garlic to this. And then I'm just going to add, it says 1.5 cups of water to it. So I'm gonna get 1.5 cups out. But I only added maybe about 1 cup to this, so I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it until I get to the thickness that I want, because you want this to be your coating that's gonna stick to the chicken. Once you put it in the dry, then you're gonna put it in this and it's gonna stick. This is gonna be your coating that you're gonna coat the chicken with. probably should be using a fork, not a spoon, so I can get the lumpage out. That works better. So I'm gonna get this all mixed in. See how it works, and it's pretty thick because you want it to be thick because you want it to stick to the chicken. You don't want it to be thick, so you kind of want it to be almost like a pudding, like not peanut butter, but like a pudding just before it gets really, really thick because you want it to stick to the chicken. I'm kind of happy with this. I'm gonna try this. Leave it here like that. So it's pretty thick, and that's what I want. So that's that. So that's the wet part. And then to this is your dry part. You want to season this as well too with whatever seasoning you want. So I'm gonna add paprika and poultry seasoning to it. Onion powder. Where's my poultry seasoning? I know I have it here. You think I can find it? I got pumpkin pie, thyme, celery. Holy cow, why don't I have anything? I have nothing. I have to call up the big guns here. I don't have it in a little, oh here it is, I have it in my hand. Holy cow, am I dumb? Okay, so I got poultry seasoning I'm gonna put in there. Onion powder I'm gonna put in there. I don't know why it always gets hard. Onion powder, now I gotta look for the paprika. That's what I was looking for. But I got my poultry seasoning instead of paprika. So, where's my paprika? Oh boy, I need to have all this ready beforehand. Okay, so paprika. So this is my dry. Okay, so now I have my chicken breast here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off like the tenderloin here. See this part right here? I'm gonna cut right along there. Take that off. And then I'm gonna cut it in half. So you get the thicker piece, a little bit of a thinner piece here. So that's what I'm gonna do to this one too. So I'm gonna cut this tenderloin piece off. And you can either cut it like I'm cutting it like this, or you can cut them like down the middle and butterfly it open and do it that way. Either or. Do it how you want. So that's that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to season the chicken here. Because you want to season everything before you go in, because that's how you get the flavors. So I've got the seasonings here, so I'm just going to pepper on garlic. Yummy, yummy. Some salt. Some poultry seasoning. Okay. And I'm going to flip them over. And then try to use just the one hand, which I should have done my other hand because I'm not this handed. I'm not a lefty, I'm a righty, so now I gotta use my left hand to try and season stuff. So this could be fairly interesting. We got pepper here. And some garlic on here. That wasn't too bad. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is just make sure that they're all good and coated. Now I can get both hands dirty because I don't need to touch anything anymore. And I'm now gonna put them in my dry mixture here. So you get them coated like this, right? And I'm gonna put it over here in my wet mixture. Just like so. Get this all ready. up here. Get him in, and then I'm going to turn my heat on, my oil, to get it warmed up so I can start cooking this. I'm just gonna let these sit in here for right now, and I'm gonna tune you off and get this all cleaned up and come back. Hi, I'm back now. I've got my oil heated. I've got potatoes going. You didn't need to see me peel and cut those. My waffle machine's ready to go. So I've got my chicken here. I'm just gonna put it over here, and I'm gonna plop it into my oil here. It takes about 15-20 minutes, depending on the size, right? So the thicker ones will probably take a little bit longer, but these other ones, not so long. The thinner ones and the tenderloins. So I'm gonna put them all in here in my oil, and I'm gonna let them go on the one side here, and then about halfway through, in about 10 minutes or so, I'll flip them over because they should be released from the bottom of the greasy thing there. So that's that, put in there. So I give it about 10 minutes or so, so I'll set my timer. Just in case I forget. Here I got my waffle machines ready to go. So I'm gonna do up some of these. So I will open this up. Get my waffles in here. And get them cooking. I just put in 2 scoops, just enough to fill the bottom, because this will expand a little bit. 2 and a bit scoops. Just enough to not quite fill the whole bottom, but just about, because it will expand. So I'll shut it, close it, flip it, open the other side. Do the same thing on this side. Fill it up. Like so. Flip it, close it, and ignore it until it says ready, because it's now on the red, so when it turns green, it'll tell me it's ready and it's cooked. So I got that going, I got this going. I cut up some veggies here to cook. I got zucchinis and carrots and peppers, and I put mushrooms, and I put olive oil in there, garlic plus roasted peppers, and just regular old pepper. So I'm just gonna get a pan out for that, so I can quickly fry that up when it's ready to go. You can hear my chicken sizzling here. I just turned it up a little bit because I put it up to about 5.5. So I got this pan going here, so I'll heat it up and throw my veggies in there and brown them. I just want them, like I say, like Chinese style, where they're still crunchy, because I don't want them mushy. And then I got some fancy bread that I bought today too, some sourdough bread. So I'm gonna cut that up on the angle, and I'm gonna butter it and toast it too, and that'll go along with the supper too. So that's it, everything's cooking. So I'll get back to you when I flip over my chicken and get my vegetables going. You can hear my waffles here are going crazy in there, so everything's cooking. So I'll get back to you as soon as everything starts cooking here. Hi, I forgot. I need to make a sauce to go with the chickens and that. To go like for like a drizzle. So I'm gonna do very basic. I'm just gonna put some maple syrup in a pan. And I'm gonna put some mustard in there. I'm going to get some mustard. So it'll be like a Roberto sauce to go with this. And I'm just gonna stir it. Keep it heated, and as you're heating it, it'll thicken a little bit too. So stir it up. I have it on a low heat here, so it'll just keep going, and it'll thicken up and you want it to get like really caramely. So I just got it very low. I'm going to let it get thick. That's my sauce, and I'm going to drizzle on my waffles and stuff when they're done. And oh, look at my waffles are done. So let's see what they look like here. Open this up. And I'll grab a plate dish here. So here is my waffles. See how nice and golden brown they are? Ooh, you know what would be really cool too is, with these waffles, is if you were to take half of it and put a chicken breast on there and do the other half and make them into a chicken burger. That'd be kind of cool too. So I'm just going to do up these. So I got these here, that's all I'm going to do because that's going to be enough for us. And so there's my waffles are done. So we'll light up the rest here.